It was an effort to insult Donald Trump. Instead, it turned into a based meme. You guys ready for this one?
Oh, yeah.
Here we go.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. The people that came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. Yeah! And this is what's happening in our country, and it's a shame. They're eating the dogs. Oh! Yeah! And this is what's happening.
All right, I think we made our point with this.
Oh, that's so brilliant.
Brilliant work.
Redheaded Libertarian says the guy who originally mixed is having a meltdown because it's not pro-Trump and he's literally a socialist. Well, it's our song now, comrade. And so this guy... He changed his name to Benny Johnson Can Eat Ish, and he says, I updated my display name. It's stuck like this now, and it won't let me change it back. WTF. If you're reading this, F Trump, I'm literally a socialist. This is not a pro-Trump song. And he locked his account.
Megaphonics music. I got to say, dude, you are super talented. Regardless of all that, you're great.
Embrace it. They don't get it. They don't understand them. Like, it's funny. Yeah, it's okay.
I don't get a beat.
I don't understand why they think this is supposed to be like, haha, look, we're making fun of Trump. They fundamentally do not understand Trump or his supporters.
I know. I was thinking this. I was trying to find out a good way to put it in writing. I figured I'd just say it on the show. If you make fun of me, but you do it in a really great way, I'm going to love you. If you do it in a really terrible way, you're forgotten. That's it. This guy did it in a great way, and everyone loves him for it. That's all.
Yeah, but it's Trump supporters who like it.
Yeah.
He doesn't like Trump
because they see reality, and not all Trump supporters see reality. But a lot of the reason people are supporting Trump is because he was red pilling the world in real time in like 2016 and 17, talking about the administrative state and stuff.
What these midwits don't understand is that your run-of-the-mill average person collects information peripherally. This means that with a song like this going viral, this post on Reddit Libertarian's X account has nearly 1 million views. No one's going to run a fact check on this. There's going to be some random guy hanging out with his buddies, and someone's going to play it, and he's going to hear in the background while he's watching a football game, they're eating the dogs. Whoa, they're eating the dogs. And then he's going to be like, later on, he's going to be like, I heard that they were eating dogs. That's it. And people are going to be like, yeah, I heard the same thing.
What's this Trump eating the dogs? And then people will look into it.
Well, that's
no,
also,
they won't. They
that's
won't
also,
look into it.
That's also a win of Trump's from the debate. Like he was driving the narrative and continues to drive the narrative after the debate because, some of the commentary world, the news pundits are talking about, the minor details of who won the debate. Meanwhile, regular folks that I talk to, they're talking about psycho migrants eating dogs in Springfield. They're talking about illegal Venezuelan gangs taking over apartment complexes in parts of Aurora, Colorado. So,
it definitely drove more attention to Springfield, Ohio. I think the news media was just about ready to smother that one. And now, at least I know a number of reporters who have been like, I'm headed there immediately, which for better or worse in the town. But, it makes it so this is a conversation of like, that's a crazy thing for Trump to say, but why would he say it? And I think the impact of crime by illegal immigrants in this country is actually undeniable and a concern for a lot of Americans.
This doesn't even make Hassan look bad. Right, so
most watchable Hassan clip.
Right, awesome. Somebody who doesn't know politics just sees a dude cheering.
Yeah,
like I could send this clip to someone and say, "Look how excited Hassan was that Trump brought up this serious problem in Springfield, Ohio," and he's going, "Yo!" And you could argue that was complimentary, that he's cheering Trump on.
I just read this from ABC News that Ohio is sending troopers and $2.5 million to Springfield.
The governor was on Fox News today being like, there are very serious problems. And he said, well, I think he was deferential on the pets thing, but he said they can't drive cars. The driving laws in Haiti are way different. And so these people come here, there's 15,000 of them, and the law says if you're 18, you can get a driver's license, but they don't know how to drive and they're crashing their cars. Dude, the problems are massive. And the media is going like, I got to point this out. He put Pepe in it, too. It's
yeah,
like,
I know.
What did you think was going to happen?
Exactly.
Anyway.
A dancing frog, dude. Come on.
A couple of them. And anyway, the governor's like, we've got to send in all the troopers and this money because of these problems. The crazy thing to me is that when Trump says they're eating the dogs, the media just says, well, we asked a bureaucrat, he denies this. And they don't even look into the city at all, which is laden with crisis.
So I'm still wondering what's happening in Springfield. What's happening in Springfield? Sounds like a Simpsons episode.
They're eating the dogs.
There's a video of a woman crying, saying that she found a decapitated dog. Okay. We don't know like where these people are from or how she's crying, being like, y'all are making fun of it. You're making jokes about it and we're suffering. We're scared.
Yeah. No.
There's a bunch of videos of locals being like, I seen it. They're rounding up cats.
And the biggest thing is like 15,000 Haitian migrants have arrived in Springfield pretty rapidly. Springfield is less than 55,000 people. So it's a big, it's a big boost on their population. And I think about 3 years, they have temporary protected status under the Biden administration. There are local resources now being diverted to support them. Like there's a Haiti community center that's specifically to help the refugees, which, I don't know if they are technically refugees or what their claim was when they arrived. But it's causing this relationship with the town where the people are struggling. And I do not think the claim that all immigrants assimilate apply here. It seems like there is a divide between this growing population of people who come from a different culture and who are maybe not aware or abiding by all of the laws of the area, and then the locals who feel as though this is not something that benefits them. I mean, DeWine, the governor of Ohio, just asked for additional support from the federal government because of this result. I know the idea that like we would say, oh, they're eating the dogs freaks people out. It's the flashiest way to do it. But in some ways, I'm glad that's how Trump put it, because I don't think you can just say that immigration has no effect or only has a positive effect on America. It can have a negative effect when there's no cultural assimilation and there's no real investment in the nation. If you're a population living somewhere but lawlessly, that's not great.
Yeah, and you also have residents who are going to town meetings on camera voicing that they've seen firsthand of these migrants, taking geese out of ponds, seeing, people's pets going missing, and then there's a weird barbecue happening in the alley. So you have people that are just totally not connected to politics now coming to their, representatives and saying what the hell's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And the people have amnesty. All the immigrants that are doing this are like...
They have temporary protected status. They're allowed to be here. So they're not illegal. On the other hand, I don't think that's exactly the immigration system we want for the president to say, well, these people now are granted an ability to stay here.
This is small town Ohio. I'm from a town of 50,000 people in Ohio. This is like exactly what I grew up in. Or Cuyahoga Falls 25 years ago.
Can you imagine it's just like...
Springfield is just outside of Dayton.
Okay, so it's northwest Ohio. I grew up in a Cuyahoga Falls, 45,000
like
people. It was the exact same size apparently as Springfield. I don't know, square kilometer or whatever, but... importing 15,000 people from another country that have a different culture
in like 3 years,
that would have completely disrupted our city.
Mm-hmm.
No one was eating your pets under President Trump, Ian.
Just walking around, I could go to the park, leave our back door open, ride my bike alone at 10 o'clock at 9 o'clock at night. If there were dudes walking around from a foreign country that didn't speak my language, it would have changed everything.
Crashing cars too. So even if we want to say fine, I don't care, drop the dog thing. The governor is talking about this. The locals are talking about this. They don't know how to drive cars, but he says they don't have driver education. So there's crazy videos of them crashing because they just don't know how to drive.
Man, it's hard, I think, for people outside of it to visualize how that can change a society when a fourth of your people don't speak the language or are from outside of the country. Not that they all don't speak the language, but within a 3-year period, how
a lot of
absorbent.
A lot of the residents are talking about the wait times at hospitals and for medical services. I mean, separate from the more like spicy headline making topics, it's a very difficult thing to drop on a small town in America that might be already struggling economically. And that's what the Biden administration did, because they do not care about middle America. He said, I'm going to grant them status and that's it. You guys have to deal with it. And the town, I assume, did the best they could. But it's not as easy as just saying, well, you live here now, and so everything is fine. It's sort of the opposite of that.
I'm thinking about them driving and crashing. That's
no, he's thinking about voting for Trump.
What's the traffic? Yeah, did you hear him talk about deportation? I wish they went deeper on that in the debate.
A little bit. He said local police. But once again, I agree with you that Kamala goaded Trump, and Trump started getting too involved in these, like, talking about the election was a mistake. He did correct that and said, that's old news. We need to talk. That was a good move but he did roast a little too long on it. Yeah, he had a great opportunity. I think he missed a great opportunity, but it was Kamala's. Kamala needed the opportunity, Trump didn't, and Kamala did not. You bring it home. So
I think she's talking to people in this instance about immigration and deportation. She seems to be talking to people that don't understand what's happening, or they're just hearing about it in the news. And he's talking to the people that are directly being impacted or involved with people in their neighborhood that are creating gangs or new not weird, but new cultures of, like, strange, you call it whatever, weird, strange, just different cultures. It's a bigger deal than it seems. Especially for little kids, man.
I mean, people are posting videos from Haiti where they're eating cats. And these are all over the internet. And so the assumption is, here, I'll tell you this. How are you supposed to find evidence that they're eating cats? They ate the cat. Like, what is the evidence? Like, you find a cat skeleton buried somewhere, I guess, maybe. I don't know. It's in the garbage. They threw it in the garbage. The garbage is taken out. So I don't know what these people are going to expect to find. We know that there are videos out of Haiti where they eat cats. You put 15,000 Haitians in this town, it seems like it's reasonable to assume it may have happened. I don't know.
Is it just a common food there? They eat them like we eat pigs kind of thing?
It depends on what you read. But if you Google search and you set the time frame for only before August, you'll see a lot of stories about how it's a rarity. It's like a traditional thing. Some people do it because they're desperate, but usually that's not the reason. It's like they might cook a cat for a holiday. I don't know how much of that's true, though. But if you before the controversy, you can find tons of stories about Haitians eating cats.
Man, in the United States, it's like taboo to eat dogs and cats. You just don't do it here.
Yeah, because they're our friends.
Well, the thing is, there are reports that they're stealing pets,
right,
of people in those towns.
But here's what I would say. I think that's where it gets confusing to people, and it sounds crazy, right? Cats are let outside. You have a cat, you open the door, the cat goes off. So what if, here's the reasonable assumption. If Haitians do eat cats, from Haiti, not like somebody who's born in America and is Haitian, okay? There's a woman who made a video where she says she's Haitian, but she's from America, and she's like, her dad, like, talked about this stuff. It's crazy. So let's say there's a cat walking down the street. They walk up to it, they catch it, and they snap its neck, and they go, hey, we got a cat. And they eat it. And that was someone's pet. They didn't go and steal it from someone's house. It was a cat walking around the neighborhood that they just thought was an animal, a wild animal. So when we see complaints from locals about ducks and geese being taken, there's a photo. It's not from Ohio, but it's a guy carrying a goose. We don't know exactly what the context is. But if it is reasonable to assume that they do take ducks and geese, then what's the difference of them grabbing a cat off the street? Or not even the street, like a tree. Like they're walking through the park and they see a duck and they see a cat and they're like, here you go, meat. I think if you've got people who grew up in a society where they hunt for food and they eat whatever food they can get, or they have different traditions, I don't understand why the media wants to play this. Well, I do get it. They're lying because they're trying to cover things up, but it's silly. It is not unreasonable to say a foreign culture that has reports of eating cats comes to the United States and doesn't understand our norms, our laws, whatever, eats cats.
Yeah, in 3 years indoctrination takes decades to learn to really, it's not like they come here and start watching the news and start to immediately all learn everything about American culture. You get here and you're like, where's little Haiti? I need to go hang out with people that speak my language. Let's get started.
The governor of Ohio said this. They first bring in Haitians, and then when other Haitians come, they say, I want to go where I fit in. And so they move to this area. That is a problem, and it inhibits assimilation, and it makes the lives of the migrants worse off. Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.